Hey, these are the BMW Chronicles. I am Angela. Let's go. I hope y'all ready. I'm ready. I've been waiting for this moment. I'm gonna give you a chance to get yourself ready, get yourself logged in, get yourself locked in, get yourself seated, get yourself ready. So, ladies, last week we heard what the men had to say. So, men, y'all come on in here and see what these ladies had to say. I'm gonna wait a little bit. It's only 7:01. I was kind of rushing to get on here, get myself together, but whatever. I don't like this little camera. It's making me look fat, and I have lost a lot of weight. But anyway, I got these ladies' responses here, and we need to get into this. We need to get into it. Where y'all at? These are the BMW Chronicles. I am Angela, and being me works. So let's talk about it. I'm drinking orange juice today. I just try to make it look good in this little cup. Ooh, I need to be drinking water. So I'm kind of tired today. I've been working these long, crazy hours. So I just feel like I didn't get no sleep. So I'm just tired. I'm tired. But I was like, you know what? I said I was going to do this. So here I am. I am Angela. These are the BMW Chronicles. To thine own self be true. Never compromise you. Always be the best version of you, no matter what. No matter what. So last week we did Survey Says. And we talked about what the men thought was wifey material. So we're going to recap that. I've been doing some work, y'all, okay? Because I actually wrote down some of the things that the men said, like a lot of the commonalities. So anything that there was like really big emphasis on a certain criteria or a thing that they wanted, I just kind of was like, all right, let me write that down. Let me write this down. So today's topic is Survey Says Part 2. So in Part 2, we're going to talk about what the women thought makes a man a good husband, or what makes him husband material. So I asked them the question, and I asked the men the question. So let's go back to the men first. Let's recap last week, okay? So last week, where my damn pen and paper at? Where is my pen and paper? And then, of course, all the ladies that I texted was like, well, what's your answer? Oh, don't worry, ladies. I wrote my answer down. I will never ask you something that I am myself not prepared to answer, okay? So let's get into this. Hey, Slice, what's going on with you? So, Slice, we were talking about last week, I sent a text message to 20 men, and only 17 responded. So 17 men gave me a list of what they thought was the ideal woman, who this woman would make a great wife, or these are the things that they wanted their wife to have. This was the criteria. So I want to recap some of those things that, that the men said. I'm going to pull out these good glasses today because y'all know I can't see. Listen, to thine own self be true. I'm being true to me, and she knows she can't see, so glasses it is, okay? So I wrote down a list of all the things that, the men said. So this is a little recap of what the men thought. So a lot of the things that the men said was, a lot of the men were really, really, they emphasized loyalty. So as I said last week, ladies, check yourself, okay? Because clearly these men think that we're not being loyal to them, all right? And that's a problem. So the men wanted loyalty. A lot of them said that, that they wanted their significant other to have a relationship with God. So they wanted her to be spiritual. They wanted her to be God-fearing. And that was repeated a lot. And listen, and it came from some men that I would never expect to say that, okay? So ladies, let me just say this. Y'all need to check yourself, okay? Because these men were pulling answers out of the woodwork, number one. Number two, some of the men that I actually asked this question to blew me away because I did not think that they were going to answer, and they did. And again, some of their answers and responses were absolutely phenomenal. Listen, I fell in love, okay, last Tuesday with quite a few men. I know you're like, how's she gonna fall in love with all the men? Baby, I fell in love with those answers, okay? So now, if you know somebody that you feeling and you wanna hit me on the DM, you hit me up and I might match y'all together based on these little answers. Okay, so let's finish up here. The men wanted someone who was financially secure, of course, and we all kind of, I guess, want our significant other to, have their, I guess, kind of sort of their own. Excuse me, y'all need to clean this little nose right here. I got something going on with it. Now, it ain't drugs, so don't y'all start no rumors about me and these BMW Chronicles. Listen, okay, not today. Today we're gonna be nice. Okay, so again, a lot of them said that they wanted a woman who was easy to deal with, someone who was beautiful not only on the outside, but that she was beautiful on the inside. They wanted her inside to match her outside, and I felt that I really thought that was like that was real deep. Another thing is they wanted the woman to understand that the male ego is very fragile. So they wanted their woman to be gentle with them, to understand them, to be empathetic with them, and to be their partner. A lot of them, also said, they wanted their woman to have their back, to be there, no matter what. When times got hard, they needed to know that we were going to be there for them. Okay, so they wanted you to be spontaneous, and they wanted their woman to be fun and family oriented. A couple of them, not a lot, a couple of them said that they didn't want to be with a woman who already had children. And I guess I can understand that, we all got our own preference and, so on. So here we go. So let's get to this week. And I'm going to go back and forth with the men stuff and, and the women, just so we can kind of get a real grasp on what these men are saying. Okay. So let's get it started. These are the BMW Chronicles. I am Angela, and being me works. So to thine own self be true. Never compromise you, and always be the best version of you, no matter what. So my question was, what is your idea of a good man, and what would make him a good husband? I posed this question to 27 women. Okay, men, 27. Now, only 21 responded, and I'm included in that 21. Okay. I'm going to wait a couple seconds because it say slow connection. So whenever it says that, I'm going to just take me a little sip of this good orange juice. I'm on orange juice and I'm drinking water because I just felt like it's kind of gloomy here, the weather. And I'm going to put a little Sprite inside my orange juice. But don't judge me. So we're talking about, survey says, what are the women saying? So you ready? So I'm going to give y'all some of my pieces. Because everybody wanted to know if I was, answering this question myself, which I did. I did answer. So here are some of my answers. Let me put my good glasses back on. So for me, I wanted someone who was understanding and, who knows that, at the end of the day, that we're not perfect and, they're willing to go the distance. And I think that is the challenge with a lot of our relationships. I was talking to a friend of mine today. He called me, very good friend of mine, married man. He always has a plethora of information to give me. I love talking to him because he really stimulates my thinking process. And I always tell him, listen, you stimulate my cerebral cortex. I'm like, listen, if foreplay was words, oh my Lord, he gives me plenty foreplay, okay? Because his wordplay is, you know who you are, my next lover. Okay, so for me also, I want a man who is spiritual, who loves God. Now, you don't got to be the pastor, because we all know she is me. I'm over here sipping on this Hennessy, okay? Hey, Sean. Hey, Anthony. Hey, Perry. So, yeah, I'm sipping. So, my husband can't be the pastor unless he gonna cover one of his eyes while I'm getting my sip on, okay? So, that's neither here nor there. I want a man who knows and understands my love language, okay? And we talk about love languages all the time. Anthony, shout out to you, because Anthony was like, I know my love language, Angela. My love language is that. Listen, I love a man who knows them. You can't... My friend said today, a lot of people are making these requests, and they're requesting things from people that they themselves don't even fit the criteria. How you going to ask somebody for something and you don't even fit the bill? What? I said, oh, That was a throat punch, but it's true. I can't come along and say, oh, I need me a rich man, and I ain't even got $20. Listen, the things that we are asking our significant others for, we got to be realistic. We got to be idealistic. Stop grasping at straws, okay? Stop making up shit. Some of y'all broads, okay, listen, and y'all know me. Don't get mad. I ain't for the women just because I'm a woman, and I ain't team men just because, you know, I love me a good brother. I'm going to say what it is, okay? At the end of the day, y'all need to stop looking for these rich niggas, and you ain't got nothing. And we need to get away from using this term, oh, what do you bring to the table? How about we stop worrying about what somebody else is bringing to the table and say, listen, let's sit down and eat together, okay? I got this, you got that. Let's put this together and see. Because guess what? If you got peanut butter and I got jelly and we got some bread around here, we got us a sandwich, okay? That means we gonna eat good. Now, sidebar to the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I have never in my entire life had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So don't judge me. Yes, I eat peanut butter. Yes, I eat jelly. Separate, but I've never had them together as a couple. Maybe I'll work on that coming up. So now let's get back into it. So, and y'all know, because I try to be very transparent. My love language is music, okay? I love music. So if you want to woo my heart, baby, send me some songs that speak to whatever it is that we might be going through or talking about, or, you know, like that's the way to my heart. For me, I cook. I love food. So, you know, that's my inspiration. So for me, a lot of times I want to get in the kitchen and I want to get my chef on because that's what I like. Anthony, you said you like crunchy peanut butter? I know that's right. Well, listen, give me some smooth, what is it, creamy peanut butter on. Now, see, I'm a little bougie, okay, y'all. I can't eat no damn Ritz crackers, but you give me them little Townhouse crackers because they nice and buttery, and I put that peanut butter on there and make a sandwich. My fat ass gonna eat the whole pack, okay? And don't nobody judge me. Yes, I'm eating the whole pack, okay? I like peanut butter crackers. Now, back to the topic. Let's get into it, okay? I want a man who is committed to me. Now, I want to say this, and I was going to do this as a separate topic, and I still might, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to touch on it anyway. Sean, you said music motivates you when you cool food. Listen, it always motivates you, okay? So one of the topics that I wanted to do going forward, but I said I'm going to touch on it today with this because I think they kind of intertwine, is betrayal. So my friend was saying, like, men and women, so it's people, as I always say, like me. I got my homegirls. So if somebody was to call me and say, listen, I'm going to say her name is Teresa. I don't got a homegirl named Teresa, so nobody try to start those shit, okay? So if somebody go, Angela, how about you go over there and steal $20 out of Teresa's pocketbook? She ain't gonna know. She ain't nobody. And I'm like, nah, I would never do that to her. And they're like, why? Because she's my friend. I don't want to betray her trust. I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to do anything that would jeopardize my friendship with her. So my question would be, if we value our friends so much, why don't we put that same stock and energy into our significant others? Because at the end of the day, that's what it should. Because somebody is somewhere watching my shit going, she ain't got no man, so how she know? First of all, you don't know who I got at this house. Sips tea. And second of all, you don't have to be an expert to know what is required, okay? Because you should dig deep within yourself to figure out what it is that you would like to have, and then say to yourself, you know what? This is good. This feels good. This feels nice. I want to feel this feeling with someone. You know, I want somebody to make me feel some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that we should all be looking for. So I want to read off some of the things that the women said that they were looking for in their supposed husbands or their search for husbands. Now, let me just be clear. These people that I reached out to, some were 70, 75, 20, 25, 50, 51. There were some 30-year-olds. Listen, I went through a selection of women, okay? Hey, Toy, we talking about what women want in their husbands because we talked about last week what the men wanted. So I don't know if you saw what the men said they wanted, but here we go. So one of the women, I'm looking at her answer. She says she wants someone that can just be her friend. And I just said that a minute ago. Like, I think that you should be best friends with your significant other. She said she wants somebody that she can just sit at home in a chair and watch TV, be playful. She says that she was married for 16 years, but they grew apart. And she says after a while, she said she just kind of felt tired and didn't want to put in the work. Now, I didn't even ask her, does she, regret not putting in the work and wishes that she had done so. But, she said that, she wants someone, like I said, who is going to ride with her no matter what. And that's what the men said. The men said they wanted someone that had their back, someone who was going to be loyal, someone who was going to be faithful, someone who was going to be a good mother, a good, and y'all got to work with me, okay? Because I try so hard not to be arrogant. I try not to be vulgar. I like to get my curses on you. I know I like to say a good curse word, okay? And I try to be respectful of people's feelings, even though a lot of us do not do the same. And with that being said, I think that we really need to start digging deeper about how we view one another, even down to, and because we're now talking about the women today, so I'm going to stick to that. Men, we got to start looking at the women in a different light, because you got to think that women, we need to be held up now on a pedestal just a little bit. And I'm not saying all women. I ain't saying all women should be queen. All women should be princess for a day. Because if you don't fit the bill, you don't fit the bill. But there's a woman who actually fits the bill. There's a woman who actually deserves to be the queen, who deserves to be the princess. So why can't we treat her accordingly? We got to remember that, like I said, that some of the mentality that we have is generational. It comes from years and years of stuff. Again, and I say this often, and when I'm wrong, I want somebody to tell me I'm wrong. I don't want to be right. I just want to be on top, okay? I want to be tracking on my information. In slavery, the woman was what? What was she? She was nothing. She was an object. She was someone just to be there at the beck and call of master whenever, okay? No one made her feel special. No one made her feel beautiful. No one told her that she was important, because she had one task, and that was just to serve. And now, here we are. We've come to a place now where we want our men to tell us that we're beautiful, to hold us up and say, you know what? I'm going to be there for you, queen. I'm not going to cheat on you. We're going to work this shit out, okay? Listen. We need to start accepting each other in the space that we're in, okay? I'm listening to a song right now. He says, I take it black like you. He says, I take it black just like you. He's talking about his coffee. He wants his coffee just like he wants his woman. This is what we all want. And it's funny because as I sit and I go through these things, I'm realizing that we are more alike than we care to admit. The men are seeking the same things that we're seeking, and women, we're seeking the same thing. The only difference is, men, you got to start hunting more, okay? Y'all need to go out here and hunt these women down. And women, we got to start making ourselves available. And when I say that, I'm not talking about the hood rat. I ain't talking about Shaquita that's doing all of the ghetto shit. Girl, I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about Shanette. I'm talking about Toya. I'm talking about them queens. Them ones that's getting up every day, that's concerned about their children, their grandchildren. The ones that's calling mom and dad, checking on them, making sure they all right. The ones that's getting up every day going to work when they don't feel like going to work. That's who I'm talking about. Okay? We need to stop criticizing, oh yeah, she got kids. Okay, shit happens. Life is happening. Listen, the heart does what the heart does, okay? We have kids. We think we're in love. And then lo and behold, we find out that him or her ain't what they said it was. Okay, so we move on. Does that make a woman with kids, does that make us less than a woman without? Because some of y'all that's running around here judging, your wife got some kids that ain't yours. I should have been drinking Hennessy tonight, right? I said it. Not to mention that I think some of these men are, you're judging the women and you're looking down on us when we need you to hold us up. What have we done to you? You can't be mad at all of us for the mistake of one. I don't think that all men are trash. I think it's some men out here that are straight trash. Help me out with this word, Anthony. Basura. That's how you say it? Okay? It is what it is. But there are some good men. There are some husbands. There are some decent partners. The problem is we're not having the conversation. We're not opening up the door to communicate. Men, you got to let us be gentle. You got to let us be, all soft and, sweet. Women, we got to start being soft and gentle and sweet like me. Y'all know me. I be on here going, I want to be all gentle and shit. But how about I just say, I want to be gentle and leave off the other part so somebody can take me serious. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this stuff is not rocket science. We just got to learn how to start respecting each other. It's crazy. Let's see. One person said that her idea of a good man is one who respects and honors her, one who cares about her emotions, who corrects his behavior when she's telling him how it's making her feel, one who protects me, she said, one who shows up the same way. Okay, that means that what I do for you, do it for me. Do it 3 times. Do it 2 times. Anthony, I said it right. Basura. Basura. Okay. Listen, at the end of the day, and everybody, so the men have said this, the women have said this, this is key. So I need all of us to do this, okay? Let's communicate. Let's communicate. Let's say, hey, love, I don't like when you act like that. When you talk to me like that, I don't like it. Talk to me, tell me what you're feeling. Ladies, tell these men that you love them. When he walks in that door, say, hey, babe, I love you. How was your day? Be gentle and shit, okay? I'm going to stop saying the shit part. I'm working on it. It's a process. It's a process. But be gentle and shit, okay? These men are looking for it. It's about time that we start giving each other what we require. We got to stop looking for an excuse to belittle one another, okay? Listen, there are some men who are garbage, trash, basura, okay? Let's leave them where they are, on the curb, waiting for sanitation day so that they can be picked up and thrown out, okay? There are some women who are no good. They are trash, garbage, basura. Let's leave them where they are. And then let's all turn around now and start doing what we need to do. Respecting the women, respecting the men. Let me see what Anthony is saying to me. He said, why your ass not married if you know all of the ingredients? That's a good question. And I addressed this before, so I'm going to address it again. Okay, I guess because I ain't gentle enough. No, that's not why. I think that as I look at my life now, Anthony, and I say sometimes, why am I not married? I think part of the reason early on was I worked a lot. And, I worked for transit. And then I had a daughter. And I didn't want to bring just anybody around my daughter. I was real funny about, like I said, people coming around, because you can't trust everybody with your girl children. So I wanted to be mindful of that. And I think that time kind of got away from me. And then I became one of the women that I didn't want to be. The woman who's independent. I got my own car. I got my own house. I got my own money. Even though I wasn't saying that, but that was my life. That was my reality. And then by the time I realized that I was alone, I was this girl. So this girl, she wants a husband, but the husband that I get now, that this girl gets, he has to know that, number 1, I come with corny jokes. Number 2, I'm going to drink my Hennessy. So I hear some men go, oh, she drinking, she smoking, she doing this, she doing that. Everybody needs a way to, to deflect, to relax. Whatever your relaxing mechanism is, whether it's taking a bath, whether it's reading a book, a glass of wine, we got to stop judging each other on these things. Anthony, I have the ingredients, I guess, because I'm a cook. That's the reason I have the ingredients. It's the chef in me. But I think that I have to slow my pace now as I get, prepared for the him that is to come. I got to be more patient with me. And I think the other thing is that a lot of men, and we talked about this on the other show on Loose Ends, how people deceive you sometimes. You'll meet somebody and it's green flags, and you like, yes. You're calling your homegirls, hey Ruby, you're calling your homegirls, girl, I met this guy and he nice and he this and he be, and then next thing you know, bam, red flag on your ass, okay? That's the reason why, okay? Not because I'm just sitting around saying, oh, I don't want nobody, because I don't believe that. I'm not a woman that, who believes, I hear some women say, oh, I don't need no man. I'm going to talk about them 4 seasons. I got you about the 4. I got you, Anthony. I got all my notes today, baby. But I'm not that girl, who feels like, oh, I don't need nobody, because I do believe in God. I do believe in a higher power. And I believe wholeheartedly that if we were not, in fact, meant to have someone, then why would we be the opposite of one another? Why, are we partnered this way? Are we geared to be together, whether it be physically, whether it be mentally, whether it be emotionally? And we got to understand those things. So, Anthony, you're probably one of the very few people, along with my other friend who, I talk to a lot, that talks about or even understand the 4 seasons. So the 4 seasons can be 2 different things. So first of all, you can talk about, seeing someone in the 4 seasons in terms of, how do we go through the year? How do we, how do we handle summer together, winter together, spring, fall? That means that that's a whole year of stuff. Then there's the other side of the 4 seasons, which is the emotional. How do you act when, the good times, the bad times, the happy times, the broke times? Those are the other set of, seasons that you got to look at. Because you want to make sure that when you down and out, that this person that you want to spend your life with is like, listen, I got you. You don't need to have no money. You need to have no car, baby. I got a car. I got 2 cars. Get you one of these cars and drive them. I got some money. We good. You going to be back on your feet. You hungry? I can go in here and make you peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I won't be eating it, but yeah. You know what I'm saying? We can do that. So again, it's about the communication. Let me see. Let me go back to these ladies' comments, okay? And I'm going to compare some notes with these men. I don't be wanting to get too technical because y'all know I like to have fun on my Chronicles. So I'm going to just say this once again, that when I do this is because these are the things that I sometimes I think about on my drive into work, on my drive home from work. Sometimes I'm sitting on this good couch and I'll be like, and something will pop into my head. Someone will call and I'll have a thought, about that. So it just all depends on different things. You said you was that guy, but wound up with an ungrateful, well, listen. Anthony, it happens to the best of us, okay? It is unfortunate that, and I had to learn this, and I'm sure you learned this too, Aunt, that I used to think that the good in me was going to rub off on somebody. I said, if I just be a good girl, if I be a good woman, if I cook, if I clean, if I stay loyal, if I ain't running the street, then I'm going to get the same thing back. No. Because guess what? There's somebody, that I might really want to care about. And guess what? This person that I may want to care about may not have the capacity to care about me. Why? Because everybody's not built for love. Everybody's not built for a relationship. But as we talked about before on the Loose Ends, we got to start communicating. Start telling the truth. To thine own self be true. Tell people, listen, I don't want to settle down. I just want to smash. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? This way, you can get your ass out of the way. Men, get out of the way. Women, get out of the way so that people can meet their significant others. You're in the way. You're blocking. Stop blocking, okay? Yeah, I said what I said. So, now let's look at some more of these comments. So, one of the girls that I sent a text message to, she said she wants her husband to be a leader and a servant of God. Now, a lot of people been saying this, okay? And that goes for the men and the women. So, again, we both on the same page. I think that the challenge is that we are not talking. Okay, so are we afraid to talk? Y'all know I'm a goddamn chatterbox, okay? You said, Tiny, what you said? You out the way, you out. Who you out the way of, Tiny? Tiny, don't, baby, get in the way. Get in the, stay where you at for somebody else, okay? So they could get you. Tell that person that's blocking you to get out the way, okay? So your husband could come, okay? Anthony, and stop. Oh my God, you said you tell him you here for a fun time, not a long time. I can't do nothing with you, Aunt. I tell you that I can't do nothing with you, okay? Some of them said, let's see. One of my friends, when I sent her the question, she said, this is a great question. Let me wrap my head around this, okay? And it's funny because she was one of the only ones who, not only did she give me a check, but she also gave me her physical preference as well, because she's a tall girl. So she said, I don't need no short man now, just FYI. But I still want all these other things. And she wanted a God-fearing man. She wanted a man who was family-oriented, who was caring. For me, I just want somebody that lets me be me. And I think that that's the general consensus with us all, the men and the women. I think that when we start being honest, stop lying, stop playing these goddamn games, and be for real. And guess what? It would work out better. Treat your relationships like you treat your friendships. If you would not stab your homegirl in the back or your homeboy in the back, then why are you stabbing your significant other in the back? Like, what are we doing here, okay? I'm not gonna steal from my best friend. If this is my best friend, if I need something, hey, I need so-and-so. You think you can help me? Either they can help or not. I don't need to take from them. I don't need to do things to hurt them, because at the end of the day, if we know our friends are hurting, we're like, oh, I gotta go. My homegirl mother just died. Oh, the cousin just died. And we breaking our necks and we're going out of the way for our friends. Why aren't we doing the same thing for our significant others? I used to believe wholeheartedly that men who had great relationships with their moms would make great husbands. And now I'm learning that because of the evolution of time, because of the climate that we currently live in, that this is not always true. Because nowadays, we are no longer governed by the things that, we were raised to be. We're now governed by social media, by what our friends think. We too busy worrying about what somebody else thinks of us instead of looking inside of us saying, okay, does this work for me? I don't give a damn if he ugly. He might be ugly, but guess what? He love me good. My bills is paid. Okay, I ain't hungry. He damn sure get up every day, tell me I'm beautiful, hold my hand, send me some flowers. Send your woman some flowers. When the last time you sent flowers? Ladies, the men like flowers too, okay? Just so you know. Anthony, let me see what you over here saying. He is being honest. Tiny, you got to see him. He is too honest, okay? Anthony is a mess, all right? He said, you see when I'm hanging out, the ladies are smiling. Yes, they are. I guess because you a ladies' man, and I'm going to let you be great. I'm not going to try to take nothing from you at or all, okay? One of the ladies said she wanted a man who could cook, who was hardworking, a great father. She said someone who matched her silliness, okay? And I think that's key, because I've met some people, and you sometimes will see, a husband and wife together, or boyfriend and girlfriend, and you'll be like, how the hell did they get together? Clearly, there's something that, they're connected to that you don't know. We don't always got to know why people are connected, okay? That's not our damn business, okay? We got to worry about our own connections. How about that? I am doing a lot tonight, aren't I? Okay, let's see what else we got here. Oh, I got a bunch of stuff, but some of them not showing up. Oh, that's because some of them were on Facebook. That's okay, but I still got a bunch of them. Someone said that they wanted someone who was financially independent, stable. Oh, that she said responsible for both of us. Opposites do attract, Anthony. Yes, they do. I think she said she wanted an overall good effing person. And again, I think that is the general consensus. My list, I had a long list, okay? A long list. I said I wanted someone who was mannerable, someone who loved me. I think a lot of times we move away from the original attraction. I want someone who loves me today like they loved me 6 years ago. And I think that's the hardest part, is being able to keep the connection, keep the spontaneity. You know, sometimes, you know, you got to play a little game here or there. And I ain't talking, you know, being petty. I'm talking about, a game of teasing, a game that, you know, allows them to I guess to spark the interest, you know, to rekindle that fire. Once you say you need some, who needs some forehead kisses, Anthony? Me? Probably not. I got a big ass forehead, so that's a lot of forehead kisses, okay? So I don't know if you're trying to insult me or compliment me, but I'll keep that in mind, okay? Listen, the person who gets me, they're going to have to know I'm a lot, okay? I am a whole lot. And not because, he said yes, and not because, you know, I want to be a lot. I want to be just enough. But I want to be just enough for my person. You know what I'm saying? Let me sip me some of this orange juice, y'all. Ooh. I should have added something to that orange juice. How about that? My list also, I had not judgmental. A lot of times we get with people and they want to, you know, let yourself go. You all fat now. You all. How about we, that's us, go together to the gym and work out. Stop judging, okay? You bring a lot. Listen, everybody brings something, and we just got to find the balance, and that's really what it all boils down to the balance. You know, how we complement each other. You know, I worked for this lady one time, and she would always say this to me, and it took me some time to understand, because she knows my way, how I am. So she would always say, Angela, you cannot have two lions inside the house. Somebody has to be the lamb. And I used to say, what? What does that mean? And then I had to think about it. And she's right. If you got two lions, that means you're always bumping heads. But if you got a lion and a lamb, then guess what you got? You got the protector, and then you got the other person who's humble, who's mindful, who's meek, who's caring, who's enduring, who wants to say, when you're all riled up, they go, no, baby, don't worry about that. I got that. You don't need to do that. What you need? You need something to eat? Your head is hurting? Come on, let's lay on the couch. You need somebody for the Sunday afternoons, okay? That's where the lion and the lamb come into play. Because again, two people who are constantly, that's not going to work. Listen, I know that I know I probably need me a lamb. I probably need to learn how to be a lamb. I love me some lamb chops, though. That was the fat girl in me. Because what did lamb chops have to do with this, right? I guess because I said lamb, huh? That's a whole nother cup of tea. Yeah. But, yeah. So at the end of the day, it's about us wanting to meet in the middle to say, you know what? How can I give my other half of me? How can I take on half of them and enjoy that half? You know, how can two halves come together and make one complete whole? And I think that is really the end goal, you know. So again, part of, like I said, my stuff, like I said, I had a whole list here, okay. I wanted someone who was trustworthy. And that was what a lot of the men said. So like I said, I wrote my little list because I did my little recap for the men. A lot of the men kept saying that they wanted someone loyal. They wanted someone trustworthy. When did we stop being 100%? When did we stop trusting each other? I guess with this new cell phone era, everybody's texting and laying their phone down, face down. I ain't hiding my phone. I ain't laying my phone down, face down. If it ring, who that? Tell him I'll call back. Or answer that, whatever the case may be. We're not giving what we want. We have these high expectations. We want this, we want that. But what are we giving? What are we putting out there into the universe? What are we putting into the atmosphere? Are you worthy of what it is that you're requesting? Because you got these high expectations. I said this earlier. You got these high ass expectations, but you're not meeting the criteria yourself. And that's not fair to your significant other. Okay? We got to start being mindful of this thing. He said Sean, you better, baby, you better talk. Vintage love. Okay? That's the love that grandma and grandpa had, okay? Because guess what? At the end of the day, we all know that grandma and granddad was together. They was together. They was a couple. They had children. But we also know that some of these grandfathers had a whole nother family on the other side of town. But guess what? Shirley knew she may not bring her ass over there to Barbara. Hello, Shirley. This is Barbara. Now, I don't know whether you're going to get out of pocket or... Shirley knew don't bring her ass over there, okay? And guess what? You might have known, okay, your mother might have said, grandma might have said to the kids, listen, you got some sisters and brothers. They made sure you knew who they were. So, you didn't have no mistakes and end up with them. But outside of that, those two worlds never clash. He made sure that he respected both of those women, even though he had done something wrong by, being with, he have his family. Now he got another family. But the two worlds never met. Okay? And sidebar, and this is really for the women. This ain't for the men. Women, we got to stop being angry with each other about these men. Because I read online, and it's the truth, and I had to really think about it. Two women ain't never, ever fought over no good man. Because if he was a good man, we would not be fighting over him. Because, baby, if he's with me, he going to be with me. If he with you, he going to be with you. He would not be with the both of us. I'm going to sit that right there for you. Yeah. Hey, Damien, what's going on? Yeah, I'm going to sit that right there for y'all, okay? Because truer words have never been spoken, all right? You want me to say it louder for the people in the back? Yeah, because if my man is my man, I should be able to leave him in here with a plethora of women. Fat, skinny, tall, Halle Berry, Mariah Carey, and come back and don't worry about nothing. Hey, T, what's going on with you? Listen, because at the end of the day, if my man loves me, the whole me, the inside and outside of me, ain't no threats, baby. Now, see, y'all can't hear Tank over here. He said that's what you get when you effing with me. When you're fucking with me. Y'all don't want me to get over like that, right? See, that's I'm going to say that. See, I'm going to have to do a show that's like a late night show. We could really, really get into it. Probably like a midnight show. I'm going to keep y'all posted on that little midnight show. But, yeah. So, I think that I need all of us to dig deep inside and start maybe taking a deeper look at some of the men that are around us, in our circle. And give them, give them a little chance. So I'm gonna give my business. Here go my business. So I met this guy at work, he's nice, now New York people, y'all know. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. You will never know. There is something about us. We are New York people. We are like a needle in the haystack. Baby, I wouldn't give a damn if I was in Russia in the grocery store. I would be on aisle 6 looking at a pack of chicken. And the man will walk up behind me and go, oh, that's some good chicken. As soon as he say that's some good chicken, I'm going to say, where you from? You from New York? Because we like magnets. We are automatically drawn to each other no matter where we are. I'm not arguing with nobody. This is a fact. So I'm at work. The guy's like, Angela, what happened? There was an accident at work. He's asking me, being nosy, all in the business, whatever. And so he was like, you from New York, right? I was like, yeah. He said, I'm from New York, too. Then I was like, word. He said, take my number, Angela. I'm like, Look, being shady. That's why we don't got nobody, because we always goddamn being shady. So my shady ass, I'll take your number. So I took his little number, whatever. And I'm saying to myself, this ninja is plain and corny. And then the inside voice inside of me said, bitch, you probably need plain and corny. Because you rah-rah enough for everybody. See, we back to the lion and the lamb. Because, baby, if I'm the lion, I'm going to need him to be the lamb. I mean, I would love for a man to come along and be the lion. You know what I'm saying? And I could be the lamb. It could work. I had a guy once that tell me, he said, yeah, you want a man up in here, but you don't know how to be quiet and let a nigga leave. I really want to say, who the fuck you talking to? But I didn't. I was like, okay. We got to get it together, y'all. We have got to get it together. So, with that story, I called. I'll keep y'all posted on how that's going. So far, not so good. But that's neither here nor there. And not always a bad way, but yeah, it is what it is. Listen, we got to start looking at these lists, okay? Let's look at these lists. Let's see what these men are asking, because at the end of the day, ladies, whether we want to admit it or not, these men want what we want. Y'all hear this song that's playing? This is one of my favorite songs. So this is Tank, and it's called Perfect. He said, give me all your bags. Give me all your shit, even if it don't fit. He said, give me all your good times and your bad ones too. He said, you ain't got to be perfect. Because just as you are, he said, she's perfect just like that. Listen, that's what I'm talking about right there. Being able to just say, you know what? I'm going to work this out. I'm going to make this work. I'm gonna sit through this. I'm going to allow whatever it is that we're going through to build us up. Because I know we don't want to talk about Puffy, but in the Biggie movie, I think that was Derek Luke that said, well, don't break a nigga, make a nigga, right? Okay, well then we need to stop looking for the break and start looking for the make. Be patient. That's me too. I need to be patient. I need to be a little bit more gentle and shit. I tell you, I'm gonna stop saying shit, right? I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But in the meantime, I'm practicing how to be, you know, when they talk, I'm like, thank you. Y'all know that it's not my real character, right? The real me is off the goddamn chain. That's the reason I probably ain't got nobody. Because I just need to just... I'm working on it. We all got to work on it. Ladies, let's work on it. Let's know that these men, they don't... Listen, some of these men is locked in the bathroom crying, ladies. Why? Because they think that we're not going to accept that vulnerableness about them. We need to accept that. Listen, but who's that? OJ said last night, me and my woman cried together. Listen, we need to get back to listening to these R&B songs. These songs, I said this on my very first Chronicles. Well, when I restarted doing them, I talked about the music. These songs were the blueprint. These things, they gave us a guide on what we needed to do, on how we needed to do it, how we needed to get in love, how we needed to get back in love when we fell out of love, what we needed to do in order to woo this man, how to woo this woman. This is what we need to do. Okay? Women, we need to start just waiting just a little bit. The Bible says he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Okay? So I ain't all biblical, but I'm spiritual and I believe a few things and I've looked into a few things and I've read a couple of things. So, I mean, for those who believe and those who know and those who don't know, if you don't know, you don't know. But guess what? The Bible, if we want to talk about it, it says that Adam was alone in the garden. He was alone. And God said he needed someone. He knew that Adam needed someone. So Adam was there and he gave Adam Eve. He didn't say, Eve is here and I'm going to give you Adam. No. He took a woman and he gave that woman to a man. That means we got to start waiting. Not only, and I'm not saying this to you, I'm saying this to me too. Because as I look at this screen and I'm doing my live, I see your little words, I see your words, but I see me. So when I'm talking to me too. This message is for me too. We got to be gentle. These men need our support. They got enough shit going on in the world. They got enough attacks going on. They got enough walking out that door and wondering if they're going to come back home to you. You got enough wondering if they're going to come back home to you. We got to start covering them. Okay? On the list of things these men wanted, they wanted their women to pray. Let's start praying with each other. In my entire life, I've only been with one man to pray. One man. That says a lot, right? But the men are saying they want somebody to pray. So let's pray. Let's pray together. Let's pray for them. These words is scrolling and scrolling. Let me see what y'all saying. Yes, Anthony, go sit your ass down. You know what? I'm going to text you because you're getting on my last entire nerves. I don't give a F. I'm still going to be vulnerable. I want to share. As you, Anthony, if more men share their feelings, I think we can have better conversations, and you can't share them with everybody because everybody doesn't know how to receive information. You know what I'm saying? So Lisa says she loves when a man shows his vulnerability. Absolutely. Because if he shows you that he's vulnerable, it makes you want to be vulnerable. You know, you're like, okay, he done let his hair down. Okay, let me let my little bit of hair down too. Let me take this good wig off. I'm going to get me a wig so I can take it off when I want to be vulnerable. You know, okay? Like, they want what we want. Listen, ladies, you want your feet rubbed? Rub your man's feet sometimes. How about that? He tired. He been at work. Ask him how was his day. Let him know you're concerned. I told you, these men said they want spontaneity. You better show up at that job in that trench coat with nothing on. Now, you know he can't do nothing, so he going to be mad now when you go back and get in that car and leave, because like, she going to bring her ass up here. She know we can't do nothing. Baby, it's the thought, okay? It's the fact that I know you thinking about this thing now. I know you want this thing later on, okay? I've created something. I've started some things happening on the inside of the mind, okay? No, I do not want to thug, Brandon. Thank you so much, okay? That's your interpretation. See, now, Brandon is a person who knows me. We're family. So this person that you all see, you know, Brandon sees. Brandon is one of the people who I'm very close with, that we talk a lot, you know. Great guy, great father, great husband, has a great wife. And they are some of my good friends. And I look to them for a lot of information because, you know, they are that couple for that. But I don't want a thug. I want someone who is genuine to themselves, who is genuine to me. Just because I'm a little rough around the edges doesn't mean that this is the way I am in a relationship. And this is the reason that there's so much misinterpretation going on. Because people look at what they see outside and they assume that if this is who you are all the time, this is who you are. I got some friends that are straight up ass kickers, okay? But when they home at the house with their husband, hey cuz, when they home at the house with that husband, gentle as a goddamn lamb, okay? I have been at their house and said, what in the hell? Who is this woman? Because she cooking, she rubbing shoulders, babe, boo. And I'm like, what is going on? But you know what? You don't know who brings out what side of you when you're inside. He said, my cousin says, Tish said, you want a man who loves God that makes you want to be soft. Exactly. Tish, I be saying every single day, I want to be all gentle and shit, but I got to stop saying, gentle. Oh, my baby is on here. She hates the glasses. Let me take the glasses off. She hates when I wear these glasses. I can't see. I got to see the words, girl. Listen, at the end of the day, I want to be gentle, okay? The men want to be gentle, okay? So, ladies, again, let's look at these lists. I told you these, okay, so we're going to recap. The men want, this is what the men said they wanted last week. They wanted their woman, their potential wife, to love God. They wanted her to be loyal. They wanted to know that she had their back no matter what, okay? They wanted her, some of them said they wanted a woman that was a good cook. One guy even said he wanted the woman that he settled down with, he wanted her personality to mimic his internal self. And I was like, what? Boy, you better talk heavy, okay? And then women, we're making all these huge requests we're making of these men. But are we living up to the potential? When you make a request, are you willing to meet the requirements? Because you can't say, okay, I want a man that's going to take care of me. I don't want to work. I want to stay at the house a little bit, whatever. Baby, is you cooking and cleaning at that house? Because if he paying all the bills and you staying home, you better be cooking, cleaning, screwing, doing some other stuff, okay? When he come in, matter of fact, you need to have some high heels on. Them kids need not be crying and climbing all over shit, tearing up the goddamn house. He don't want you on the phone talking to your girlfriend. Girl, let me tell you what this bitch said. He do not want to come home to work to that, okay? He done worked all day and you wanted to pay the bills and he coming home to that. The house is a wreck. You a wreck. You ain't even got your wig on. And if you do got it on, the shit's cocked to the side. You ain't got no makeup on. You ain't brushed your teeth. Snatch it together, baby. Snatch it together, okay? Hold on. My baby don't make me put these glasses on, but I got to see what y'all saying. So I got to put these glasses on. He said, I dated a girl that couldn't even make... Okay, listen, but Jose, and I feel you, but you got some men that don't require their women to cook because they're requiring so many other things, okay? Kazzy says, to whom much is given, much is required. You better talk heavy, boy. Talk heavy, boy. Okay, then. Y'all men is killing this. Ladies, y'all better be paying attention, okay? Because, again, there was a man that I asked this question to, and he was the person that I thought was not going to respond. And he said that he used to be the person who loved love. But he said he threw that person away because that person kept getting hurt. And that's why he became the person that he is today. Now, with that being said, I want to say to you all that when we meet somebody and they might be a little jagged around the edges, if we're really interested, let's find out why. Let's see if, maybe, we can't take something that's rough and raw sometimes and make it right and nice. The diamond wasn't always the diamond, Don't let that go over your head. Hey, listen, some things, all great things, require work. Nothing good is easy, okay? And if it's too good, if it's too easy, too good, it's probably a problem, okay? I don't know. Okay, because I know some people that, you think that they got it so good, it's so great, it's so gravy. She get her ass whooped at the house, okay? How about that? We got to stop envying other people's stuff because we don't know what's going on behind those closed doors. Again, people think, oh, I'm all rough and rugged, I want a thug. No, for what? Because if I get a thug and he come in here and he think he going to beat my ass and I'm going to be in jail, and then y'all going to really have to send these stars because I'm going to need a GoFundMe page because I'm going to need to get out of jail. Let me see what y'all talking about. Because I can't go to jail like these women and they get my Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Okay, then. She said the big thing is that some women forget that men want peace, not for you just to be his peace. Take it from a married woman. Oh, I can't see. She says, take it from a married woman, free game. And that's true. And I said that earlier on. Like I said, a lot of times we're not listening to each other. And that's the challenge. We're too busy listening to our friends, okay? And it's okay to take advice from your friends, but you got to take advice with the intention. Find out what their intention is, okay? Because you got some people, girl, I would have been left him. I wouldn't have put out with that. You got some guys that's telling their homeboys, oh, you need to leave that bitch. That bitch ain't no good. How you know she ain't no good? Just because she ain't your cup of tea don't mean she ain't his Hennessy straight. Okay, and likewise, ladies, we can't be telling her, oh, you need to leave him, whatever, because at the end of the day, that one little thing that she's complaining about might be the only thing that he's doing wrong. His feet might stink. I'm sick of this nigga feet stink. Oh, bitch, you wanna be in my house with them stink feet? That might be all he got is some stink feet. Okay, baby, then get him a little foot bath with some little baking soda and some peroxide. Let him soak them dogs so they stop barking. Let's stop finding little shit to complain about. These men got real lists. They got real shit that they looking for. Okay? Ladies, some of us that I asked, you all had good lists. Some of you, the list was a little short. So that made me feel like you weren't really sure about what you wanted. And it's okay not to be sure. Okay? But as the old school people would say, when you do get sure, you better make sure you specific, okay? So when you start asking God or whoever you pray to, Buddha, Jah, Allah, whoever, you want him to send your husband, you better make sure that list is, because if you just like, please send me a husband, he gonna send you a husband, but that nigga gonna be, here we go, Anthony, that nigga gonna be trash, basura. Okay? Now, if you want a husband, a man, you better make sure that that list is correct. You better make sure that you check all the lists. Check it, baby. Make sure you cross those T's, dot those I's, because don't be asking about nothing that you are not prepared to give, okay? That is the bottom line, okay? You got to make sure that you're willing to match. People talk about matching energy. Matching energy ain't always what you think it is. Sometimes matching energy is a bad thing because people say, oh, I'm going to match their energy. They don't call me. I'm not going to call them. Matching energy gonna get you out of a situation, not necessarily into a situation. Because if your husband is mad and you want to match his energy, I'm gonna match his energy. I'm not speaking to him. So now everybody in the house mad, everybody hungry, everybody frustrated because y'all ain't having no sex at the house, ain't no pots clanking at the house, goddamn lights about to go off because now y'all being petty because y'all don't know who gonna pay what. No, how about find out why he's mad? How about find out why she's mad? How about send them goddamn badass kids to somebody else's house for the weekend so y'all can spend some private time. That might be your whole entire problem. Them badass kids. I'm glad I don't have no badass kids at the house. I am just doing a lot, aren't I? Let me put these glasses back. You want to see what y'all saying over here? Watch them friends that's quick to tell you. That's what I just said. Yep. Listen, don't listen to them friends. Never. Some good people don't. Oh, good people don't know good people. Okay, then. Kazzy said, good people don't know good people until they see them with someone else. Absolutely. So you got people trying to sabotage your stuff so that they can move in on your stuff. Yeah, girl, he ain't no good. Next thing you know, yeah, he wasn't no good for you, but now he good for her. Okay, but let's not get off topic, okay? All these things are valid, okay? As Double D would say, this is valid. We need to stay on track. And on track is these men have a list, and that was last week, the men's list. Today was the women's list. And like I said, ladies, we had some valid points. I think that collectively, we all have the same requests, requirements, and wants. And I think that we need to focus on that. I want us all to spend a little bit more time loving on each other, loving on ourselves, so that we can become better versions of us, so that we can be better when we get into this next, section or, place of our lives where we have someone that we want to spend the rest of our lives with. Some people don't want to, they don't want to be with somebody forever. They're just looking for right now. And that's cool if that's your story. But again, as I said earlier, get out the way so that person's husband can come along or that person's wife can come along. Move your ass over, okay? You. I'm always tapping on the screen, right? You're blocking, okay? Stop blocking the people, okay? Now I done turned my damn camera around, okay? Because I'm tapping on the screen, trying to get y'all to understand that I'm talking to you. Stop blocking, okay? Get out of the way. Let these people be great, okay? So, now, we are coming up on the 8 o'clock hour. Our show is coming to an end. So, I want to say that I need you all to click those stars. Facebook will not let me be great. So let me say this. These little funky stars that I want y'all to give me, because I love it, because it shows me that you respect me, you appreciate what I do. They are only worth a penny. 1 penny. So click my stars, send those stars. Let me know you appreciate what I do. Please believe that what I tell you is true. These are my thoughts. These are my opinions. I am Angela. These are the BMW Chronicles, where being me works. To thine own self be true. Be the best version of you. Never compromise you, no matter what. I love you all. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in with me every single week and supporting me. God willing, I'll keep doing it. And I pray that God takes me to the next level. Whatever that level is, I'm ready. And I'm ready to go. And I want you all to go with me. I love you guys. Have a good night.